And now to an historic neighborhood along our beautiful Southern California coast. Tonight, our Desmond Shaw is taking a look at the Big Rock community in Malibu.
Well, take a look at this seaside enclave. This is Big Rock, Malibu. It's one of the most low-key neighborhoods along this section of world-famous PCH, just off Topanga Canyon, right by the eastern border of the Malibu city limits. If you're like me, you might be wondering where the name Big Rock comes from. Well, here it is right here, this rock in the ocean, just to the southwest of Big Rock Drive and along Big Rock Beach. So this area pretty well documented how almost all of Malibu was owned by the Rynch family for several generations. They were extremely protective of their Malibu holdings, and paved roads didn't make it into Malibu until the 1920s, but that's a tale for another day. In 1936, this particular stretch of Malibu was bought by legendary media tycoon William Randolph Hearst, of course, who built Hearst Castle well to the north, and he planned on building a sprawling estate here as well. If you've ever been to Hearst Castle, you have to wonder what could have ended up here instead of all the homes we see today, but the estate would never be built. Hearst sold most of his land holdings here less than a decade later in 1944 to Art Jones. He's regarded as one of the most prolific developers in Malibu history, and according to BigRockMesas.org, also owned the Malibu Inn, Malibu Trading Post, and Malibu Beach Cafe, which today we know as the highly regarded restaurant Moon Shadows. Development really took off here after World War II, but from the beginning there were concerns about just how many homes this hillside could support. According to the LA Times, alarm bells really went off in 1983 when rising groundwater levels triggered a slow-moving landslide that cracked some homes' foundation, and about a dozen families were ordered to leave their homes completely. Homeowners in Big Rock sued the government and were awarded $97 million in damages, which was a record at the time. Malibu responded by installing dewatering technologies like water pumps and drainage devices paid for by increased property taxes, and that lowered the groundwater levels here around Big Rock, and there haven't really been any significant landslide issues since. Of course, the other danger here is fire. The Property Association says 50 homes burned in the Big Rock area in those terrible fires in 1993. According to the LA Times, this is one of the most quote-unquote affordable neighborhoods in Malibu, but don't get too excited, as the cheapest listing I could find on Zillow was still over $5 million for about 3,000 square feet of house, but you could pay a lot more for those commanding ocean views, temperate weather, and the scent of salty sea air here off Big Rock Drive in Malibu. Taking a look at this from SkyCal, I'm Desmond Shaw.
And if you'd like Desmond to take a look at something interesting in your neighborhood, just write us at lookatthis@cbs.com.